Faha and welcome back, everybody. This next segment is for the birds. Literally, I have my friend Laura Duenas here, and we have a little fine feathered friend who is having a ball right now, the time of his life. Faha, Laura, first of all.
Hi.
And who have we got here today?
So this is one of our newest birds. We're calling him Faha right now, just because it's the part of the coconut that everyone loves, and they can't really get that much. You can't really get it that much, so. It's the rarity of it.
Faha's a little shy. Well, the camera's over there. Look at him just showing off and everything. What a beautiful Ko'ko bird.
Yes, he is. He's actually just a few months old. He was born right before Christmas. And so this is one of his first outings out into public and out into the public eye.
Well, welcome to the KUM studios, Faha. We're very happy to have you here. And he is just chilling right now. So, of course, it is Invasive Species Month. And people my age, I'm 43, we grew up knowing that the Ko'ko bird was this wonderful symbol of Guam, and it was such a beautiful bird to look at. And then we also knew it was really, really endangered for a very long time. So to actually see one up close is something real special to me, and like I'm sure a lot of people my age. So.
Yeah, so it's a really special thing, and that's what we try to go out to as many places as we can so people can see it, because of course seeing a Ko'ko bird is the first step to keeping it on everyone's mind, and then they start thinking, well, we want these guys back out into the wild, but what can we do to help? And so that's where, getting our lands, our native natural resources, our native jungles and forests ready for them, the grasslands, but also invasive species. We can't get these guys out into the wild unless we tackle the snake and unless we tackle cats and dogs.
I was going to say, you said the S word really, I was going to say, don't say snake.
No,
we don't want to freak him out.
Well, I mean, the Ko'ko bird, and it could also be one of the reasons why the Ko'ko bird lasted in the wild so much longer than other smaller birds that are native to Guam, is that these guys are really protective of their territory and of their chicks and eggs. And they actually can do major damage to a snake as long as it's not too big. So if we have a 2-3 foot snake that they come in contact with, these guys, you might not see it now, but his neck that he has tucked in is really strong, lots of muscles. His beak is really long, especially once they become an adult, and they just spear and they can take care of a snake no problem.
You can already see, I hope we can get a close-up on that right now. I don't want to startle him too much, but the beak he has is basically, I'm thinking once he reaches full maturity, he could maybe puncture through a soda can with that or something. Oh
yeah,
like that.
It's one of their best weapons that they have. And so what they usually do is if they have a small enough snake, they can take care of them. The problem is those 6-foot snakes. I mean, a 6-foot snake compared to a Ko'ko bird this size, I mean, the odds are against them.
And the one thing that, of course, we learned when we were kids is that the Ko'ko bird generally doesn't take to the sky to like escape the snake and everything like that. So he's basically limited to the ground. Yeah,
he's flightless. When I talk to kids, I like to, what happened?
Oh.
So he was yawning.
Have a little yawn.
So like I tell to the kids, what happens is they can be like chickens, where if you ever seen a chicken try to climb up a tree, everyone's seen a chicken up a tree. A Ko'ko bird can use their wings like that. They can't fly far distances, but they can use it to get away from predators if they need to.
So Faha flutters a little bit.
Yes, he can get high distances.
And I hope we can get it. That's interesting how we've had, Faha's feet against like an orange towel and everything like that, because his feet are really large, I guess, proportionate to his body.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's where the whole Ko'ko road race comes from. These guys can run, they can book it, but they're also, I mean, they can either stand and fight, run and get away from the predator, or their coloration is really good, just kind of like a zebra. Their stripes can hide in the grassland really well.
That is beautiful plumage.
Yes, it is, and he's still kind of changing to become an adult. He's only a couple months old. By 5 months is when they reach maturity and become an adult, and they're able to reproduce. So he still has some colorations left to do. Okay,
are these, I know some breeds of horse, they may be darker when they're born and then they become brighter, or vice versa, and everything like that. Are Ko'kos generally a different color when they're born?
Yes, so they're small little black puffballs, and they blend in completely with the ground. I mean, we have a 4-foot by 4-foot cage, and it's hard to find them in that. The best thing would be to make a I Spy Ko'ko challenge in a cage, because there are times when you're just like, there's no plants in there. I mean, just very little grass. And you're just like, I know there's a bird in here.
Well, you were talking about the Ko'ko bird's neck and everything like that. His posture right now, he's super happy right now and everything like that. But you said if he gets into either a defensive mindset or, like attack mode, he stands straight up.
Yeah, he can stand straight up. His chest here is more towards the ground. That will come up here. And let's see if we can kind of coax him up. so he can kind of stand up straight. His neck can
Uh-huh.
elongate even more. And he's actually bending down, he's bending his knees. He
It
can
looks
actually
like a crane right now.
Yeah, he can get really tall, and that's kind of one of the ways that he kind of shows his aggression towards a predator or another bird, is he becomes really tall, like he's big enough to take you kind of thing.
Okay, so he can take on the snake, but what animals in nature are basically in fear of the Ko'ko because they hunt them down?
Because the Koko hunts them down. So the Koko eats, out in the wild, they can eat anything from lizards and geckos to cockroaches. I know a lot of people would love a Koko around the house because they get rid of cockroaches.
Thank you, first of all. I don't have to buy Raid because of you.
I know, right? And then they also eat seeds and other things like that. I mean, a lot of our bird species that we're missing, one of their major roles in the environment was seed dispersal. So right now our native forests are struggling because they don't have all these birds to eat the seeds, the fruits, and move them and grow the forest. They kind of just fall where they are.
Okay. So what can we do to help out, to preserve their population as we head into commercial break and everything? Like, what can we do to make sure that we see more Ko'ko like Faha walking around?
So, since it is Invasive Species Month, it's keeping the things that are keeping them from the wild on our mind. If you see a snake, don't just let them go. We have these workshops at the Department of Agriculture that we do at mayor's offices that tell you what to do if you see a snake around your house. It's keeping your cats and dogs on a leash. If we release a Koko bird near your house, are your dogs going to come and eat them? Kind of thing. And then it's also, don't litter, plant native trees. There's a lot of things people can do, and you can get online, you can call up our office, you can talk to people who are in this industry, and we can give you a whole bunch of information on what they can do to help get our native birds back out into the wild.
All right, well, Laura, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. And thank you, Faha. That's okay. You can show your butt to the camera and everything like that. Kim Kardashian does it all the time. All right, thank you so much. And we will be right back with more fun when we return after this.